What is going on, everybody? I have checked out the hobby of comic books, and I'm going to compare it a little bit with a little bit of a ramble about wargaming, miniature painting, and this hobby, comic books. First of all, if you haven't checked out any comics in a long time, which I have not, I just started reading them about a month and a half ago, maybe 2 months ago, decided to check them out. And it's been pretty fun. I do enjoy it. The comic that, well, how it got started was I was going through my old stuff at my parents' house and ended up finding a bin of old comics and magic cards. And then I ended up selling my magic cards on eBay for $185. And I decided I was going to use some of that money to pick up some old Nightcrawler comics like this. Boom. And I just wanted to read all the Nightcrawler series. I looked on eBay, and they were actually pretty cheap to buy. Like, they're not, I thought they'd be kind of expensive because they're old. So I picked up like 4 or 5 different complete Nightcrawler series, some of them ranging about 4 issues to 12 issues on a couple. And it was fun to read them. I was having a pretty good time. And because, I do the ghost brushes, and I'm always shipping, like I'm still shipping out all these boxes. So I'm spending all day sitting down, taping boxes, inspecting quality of paint brushes, sitting at the computer answering questions and comments and stuff on the Kickstarter. So honestly, I haven't really been painting a ton. And I just wanted to do something that I could maybe just lay back and relax in maybe a more comfortable position than sitting. And comics kind of, look like a fun thing to check out. So sold the magic cards, bought some Nightcrawler books, had a good time reading them. And I decided, well, let's see what new comics are coming out. And then I saw this cover, which is my 2 favorite guys, Nightcrawler and Spider-Man. And Nightcrawler's a zombie trying to eat Spider-Man. And this is a new series that's going on right now. I think there's only one more issue, maybe 2 more for this, the Marvel Zombies Resurrection going on right now. It's a little event. And I saw this cover and I thought, well, hell, I want that book and I want it in my Nightcrawler comic collection that I now have. And so I decided to pick up this issue, or this series. It's like a 4 or 5 issue series. And that kind of led me down the path. I found out, Marvel has the 40k comic coming out soon at the time. And I was just looking at the wall at the comic store. I spent like an hour and a half, 2 hours there, maybe the first time I went. And that alone was really fun because everything's been kind of closed. Like there's no gaming and stuff going on in my area. So to be able to just go out into the world and kind of nerd out a bit in a comic book store, which I hadn't been in since probably the 90s, it was pretty fun. So I was looking at the wall and I decided to pick up maybe 5, 6 different things. There's a new Mega Man book that's out. Ultraman was coming out. And then some other cool independent titles that I decided to check out. So I ended up buying a bunch of comics and I've been buying them every week now for about 2 months. And it's been pretty fun. So I'm very interested in reselling and making money on eBay. So I have spent quite a bit of time looking into that. There's a lot of differences in the hobby, and I don't know anything about comics except I want to read some of the cool stories. A lot of the TV shows that I watch lately that I really like are based on comic books. So for me, it's not much of a money-making investment hobby. If you're into comics, that might be something you're more interested in. It does still fascinate me a bit, and I do like the idea. First of all, they're about $4, sometimes $5 a book. I'm spending maybe $30 a week. You can get out of it, right? Like not a lot of them, if many at all, are going up in value after you buy them, especially after you read them. But if you buy, 6, let's say there's Marvel Zombies, right? It's 5 books. It's going to cost me about $20. Once I have all 5 of them and the series ends, I could probably put them on eBay for $20, maybe $30, right? And then somebody might come along who missed the series and might, jump in at the fact that they can pick up the whole series from me if I decide to sell them. So there's a little bit of a way out even if you're not trying to make money. Kind of in the same way that with miniatures, if you buy GW stuff, you can almost always sell it for about 50% of what it cost you, right? If around there, right? If a tank costs you $60, you could probably move it for $30 pretty quick. Probably could even get a little more. Of course, if you're a good painter, you could get, a lot more. You could get double, triple, quadruple the value of the actual model. Comics don't really have that. You can get them graded and stuff. I'm not really going to try that. There is one Nightcrawler book that I wouldn't mind having in the cool grading slab thing to hang up, so that would be cool. But so anyway, the 40k. Let me grab that. This 40k Marneus Calgar book came out, and little review for you. This is actually pretty cool. Like the first page here, he's describing like how the bolter shells work and his bolter in his fist, and he's going on a little bit. It's just a couple panels, and he's like, the shell explodes and the propellant and blah blah blah, and then the bolt guides through and explodes on the target and hits the heretic and vaporizes them or whatever. And then next page, he's standing on the staircase just mowing down chaos cultists with his machine guns, and he's like, and then we repeat. And then there's one scene in here, or a panel in here, where he splits a guy in half, and it also has a flashback to when he's a kid getting trained or prepped to join the Space Marines. Pretty cool. If you haven't read a comic in a while, I think this is definitely worth checking out if you're maybe liked them when you were a kid like I did, because I've been having pretty much a good time with it. Let's just say it makes pooping fun, right? If you go poop, you can read a book while you go poop. It's not too bad. It's not too shabby. But so I'm going to continue on buying them for a while, and this comic book store in Glendale, Arizona, it's called Drawn to Comics. Check that out. I don't know if they sell online or not, but they're super friendly. They made my experience going there the first time and every time really, really enjoyable for somebody that was just looking to get into the books a little bit. And part of it too, I wanted to support the 40k comic because hopefully they'll make another one that's more interesting to me, like an Eldar one or a Necromunda one. Potentially even like a Blood Bowl one could be cool. Maybe a Kill Team or Inquisitor, like an Inquisitor comic. That could be really cool. They used to have, and I had a few issues back in the day of my childhood, a Redemptionist Necromunda comic. It was awesome. So those are more my interests in the GW world than, say, Ultramarines. But I'll support it because, if they sell a bunch, they'll make more. And it is pretty funny, I just want to mention, because GW is always trying to stick you with they just want your money so bad. This one's actually $4.99, whereas almost all the new books, unless they're a big issue, or maybe not all of them, but a lot of them are $3.99, $4. Games Workshop 40k comic, $5. So they want that extra dollar. Just a little joke, but anyway, that's all I got for you right now. I'm going to do a couple more videos tonight, so you'll see me in the same shirt. And thank you for watching. We've been having a bit of a slow spell on uploads, but we'll talk about that in the next one. Please subscribe. Oh, also, if you find this video because you are into comics, don't subscribe unless you want to watch me paint and stuff, because this isn't going to be a comic book channel. I just wanted to mention that I was checking these out and they were pretty cool and I was having a good time with it. So if you're into wargaming and painting and stuff, definitely subscribe. My channel's awesome. But if you're into comic books, this is the only video I'm going to have for you, most likely. So talk to you later.